in 12 years, I had never not finished a season. I had always ran all the way through. I mean, I rarely ever got hurt. Even in high school, I got hurt maybe once or twice. Like, I rarely ever got hurt. And so, yeah, with that to happen, it was different.
And so every time something get hard, you quit, you call mama. I dare you to take a little pain.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Roosey Project Podcast. Our first episode is in audio form, so you can find that on Apple Podcast or Spotify. But for the remaining 11 episodes of the Roosey Project Vlogumentary, like after show, sort of like the Roosey Project Podcast, you can just find us here on Running Report 2 with the full podcast length. Then we'll always have the audio podcast anywhere where you listen to podcasts as well. But for episode 2, bro, let's just get into it. I got a childhood friend in the building real quick, bro. Low-key, I've been knowing this dude for a minute, a cool minute. Raymon Ornelas is on the show this week. Raymond, how long have we known each other? Since like 11, 10, something like that?
Something like that. You scared me the first time I saw you. You're way taller than me. Still are, but like way taller than me.
Yeah, me and Raymond go way back. Definitely back in the club days. I started running when I was 5. And Raymond, like, same thing, but we wouldn't know each other till like 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. And also for the OGs out there, for part of Roosey Project Podcast, Raymond was a main catalyst in the whole group, leading the way with the speedy times all year throughout. But just first off, just Raymond, how's everything going so far? We haven't seen you on Roosey Project in a minute or Running Report. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on here. Yeah. It's been good, There's a lot of school right now with COVID. I mean, we're kind of just stuck at home, training, which I guess we'll get to that later. But a lot of just school and training right now. But pretty good.
The funny thing about this interview too is, like, for the people who don't know, like, we did this before. Like, in the first episode of Roosey Project Vlogumentary, I was talking about how there is so many setbacks to, like, this whole entire series. And, like, we did this before, like, last time. I think it was either early January this year, or it was December last year. So, like, it was almost like a year since we did that, but I never released that footage. But now, back on Zoom.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I thought about it like the other week. I was like, I know when I went to your room, like I went to your house, we recorded it. I'm like, what happened to that?
Yeah, I never put that out. The Roosey Project Vlogumentary, like, literally got deleted back then. But now I think I finally got the vision out there, and I'm happy that people are going to be able to see it and everything. And you actually got to see, the people, they just watched the second episode. The first 2 episodes are out. Just what do you think so far on, like, I feel like it's kind of a new spin on, like, running and stuff. Like, we haven't really seen a series like this before, I would say, kind of just on, like, YouTube or anything.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's cool. It's, like you said, it's different. Just kind of, especially, obviously, we're really close friends, but I don't obviously know what you're going through when you're over there at Mount Sac. So to even kind of see what your journey is over there to where you're trying to go, I mean, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely, like, a cool thing too. Well, I can't really relate to it, but, like, seeing, like, other people and, like, seeing, like, friends, like, go through their journeys and, like, seeing everything like that. But I think that's always, like, cool, because you're always able, especially in running, you're able to connect, like, easily to someone else's journey. Like, you can be the fastest person in the world, and you're still able to connect in, like, some type of way, especially in long distance running. I feel like that's why so many, like, YouTube channels like that are, like, successful, to be honest, like the Athlete Special and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But why do you think, I kind of just hit on that, but, like, why do you think, like, people are able to connect so well to, like, things like this? And even, like, when we had Roosey Project back in the day, when we went to NXN and went to state and did all those things in, like, track, why do you think that was so easy for people to connect, and why people like that so much?
I feel like one thing is, you have, like, obviously you have, like, the football and basketball where there's such, like, big sports, and running is not entirely, like, a giant sport. Obviously, a lot of people know track, but it's not like a giant sport. So I think, especially with us, with the Roosey Project and everything, we had a very niche following. Mm-hmm. So when you hit, like, a very, like, specific group, it just, I don't know, it's just like that bond where it's like you can finally see someone actually, like, going out there and putting out, like, what you go through. No one really knows much about running, so when we started putting stuff out there, I mean, it was just, I think it made it easy for people to connect, because a lot of people obviously understand when they're runners, and it was cool.
Yeah, now we trying to do that same thing with the Roosey Project Vlogumentary. It's just low key. Low key, it's hard to get people to care. It's low key hard to get people to care. Like we had that momentum back in the day, but now it's just the point of like getting people to care again. But like, hey, that's just the challenge, I guess, of just creating anything, and like the fear of creating anything is just like getting over that hump of like, will people care about this? But before we get like philosophical and stuff like that, bro, let's talk about the Roosey Project Vlogumentary episode 2. And one of the biggest things in this episode, I think, happened was that the main team, like I guess the varsity team, the top 7 or whatever, they had like a big race at SoCal Preview, which is SoCal Preview. It's kind of just like it's a preview to one of the biggest races of the year, SoCal Championships. And it has everybody in Southern California, even some teams from NorCal come down to SoCal Preview just because like how good SoCal is, just like in track and just like in high school, just how it is in community college, like the exact same way. But like the guys, they faced a devastating defeat to San Diego Mesa, and the guys just coming off of 2 years being state champions and everything with that. And I feel like we faced like a similar thing like that, where mid-season we faced the big loss where we felt like we should be like champions to end the season, like our sophomore year. We lost our second league meet, which I want Raymond to tell the story of how like that we kind of like we were going in the year before we won league, and that's when we were freshmen. I was on JV back then, but Raymond was on varsity and Tyler was on varsity too. But then we came in the next year, like it was like we were all sophomores and juniors, so like we're looking good though. But then we went in, I think first league meet we got second. Second league meet we got third. First league meet,
because that was the whole warm-up situation and everything. That was
I'm talking about the first league meet. Then the first league meet,
the first one.
Yes, the first league meet. Take us through that story, Raymond. Take us through that story, bro.
So we get there, so our first league meet, we're like, okay, we got to repeat, and we're warming up. Randomly in the middle of the warm-up, I get a call from my dad. And my dad's like, where are you guys? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're doing our drills. We're warming up. He goes, the guys are on the line. I'm like, you're lying. Like, stop messing with me. He's like, no, I'm not. Like, get here now. They're on the line. And I just look at everyone in shock. And I'm like, they're lined up. Like, they're ready to go.
Dude.
And we're not even done. We just started our drills. Yeah. And we just sprint to like our canopy. Everyone just grabs our shoes. Like, we run to the start line. And I mean, they say like, oh, it's okay. Like, we'll wait for you, whatever. But you could tell like they're ready to go. Yeah, and we're just like,
we're on the other side of the park, the completely opposite side of the park, like away from everybody, sprinting over there and try to do a quick.
Like, I don't know if you remember when we were doing like the stride outs in the beginning. Finally, they let us do like some strides, and then obviously we do our team huddle right before the race.
Yeah.
As soon as the team huddle was over, they like shot the gun immediately. Bro. Like, they wasted no time.
They didn't even wait for our prayer, bro. That's just jacked up. Jesus.
They waited no time. We ended up going. We had 2 of our top 7 guys out for that race, and we're like, it's okay. Like, we just got to handle our business, and we got third by 1 point, and that 1 point would come back to haunt us. But we got third by that 1 point, and we're just like, are you serious? Like, this, like, how?
Yeah.
And it was, oh man, it was.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that day.
That was really just like devastating, because we felt like we came in like we're gonna be able to repeat as league champions again after freshman year. But then just similar to the kind of loss that the guys faced at SoCal Preview, was that's kind of our same thing. We're racing our league and everything like that. Just how do you, thinking back to that was like almost 5 years ago now, but thinking back to like, how do you think we got through that, or what would you recommend when you take such a big loss like that, for like how do you get through that struggle?
I think the big thing was it was early in the season. It was our first league meet. There's 3 in total, so it was like, okay, don't panic. Our freshman year, like you said, I was on varsity. We got third at the first league meet, and we still ended up winning league by the end of the year. So we're like, okay, just don't panic. Like, we know what we got to do. Just focus up. We had to remember that 2 of our guys are out. They won't be out the next times we're out there. And it's kind of just, at the end of the day, it's just like a whole team thing where you just can't panic as a team and just know like, hey, it's fine. It is what it is. You can be mad all you want, but what's happened's already happened. So it's time to go back and train and just get ready for that next one.
Yeah, especially, bro. Totally do agree with that. And like we did bounce back low key. We came out second league meet. Raymond smacked Tyler James low key. We smacked them and took the dub. I was like, oh dang. And then we won league finals, but we still got second. But that was whack.
Yeah. Yes. And I remember like they try to tell us like, like
Yeah.
you guys deserve this championship because you guys shouldn't have gotten third on that first league meet. Like we can share it. And we're like, I ain't trying to share nothing. What do you mean?
Yeah, bro. That was disappointing. But then moving on to that, another key part of this episode, I kind of had like a long monologue at the end, low-key emotional. I hope somebody teared up at the end of that. But I was really just talking about like my struggles of cross country at that time. Like at that time, that was my first time running cross like a full season in like 22 months. And it was really just like hard I adjusted so much to training in like that past year and a half. And I just wanted to talk to you about, you've kind of had like since club onto high school, you kind of had like a lot of like seamless transitions as at least looks on the outside. Like you just come into high school, you run like 9:24, then the next year you run like 9:08 in the 2 miles. Like, bro, Raymond, it's easy. And then you come into college, a little bit of a harder transition. But what has it been like going through those hard transitions, and what has been like the hardest transition that you have to face so far when it comes to running?
I would say definitely college, from high school to college was definitely the hardest transition. Both physically and like mentally, because I mean, obviously we've known each other since we were little. But like both club and high school, I was kind of always in like the top tier. Like I was always like one of like the best kids out there. And when you come to college, it's nothing like that. I come to college and I'm a nobody now, and I'm getting smoked. I'm getting like 40th place in races now, and like I think at regionals my freshman year I got like 110th or something like that. And so that's like kind of the emotional part, is kind of to remember like like there's always someone out there that's better. So it's kind of just like couldn't get too ahead of yourself. And physically, man, that training is just
different.
High school, because club and high school, like it's fun. You can do it for fun. When you get to college, it's business. Like you're here to run, and that's what you're here for. Like you're here like to give your all. And I mean, it could take a physical toll, but a lot of it is just just kind of staying strong mentally and just knowing like you got to kind of trust. A big thing is like trusting the process. You got to remember, like a lot of times at college, you choose to go there. So it's kind of like you gotta kind of respect the coach and what they have planned out for you, and just kind of trust in what they have for you. But yeah, high school to college, I would say that was my hardest transition.
Yeah, high school seniors out there, watch out, get ready.
It's tough.
Start doing your push-ups. I'll tell you that right now.
It's tough, but it's not impossible, but it's tough.
Hey, tell them. And then plus on that, bro, you've been at, believe it or not, but you're at Cal State Long Beach right now, home of the renamed Sharks, home of the Sharks. How's it been, bro? 2 years at Long Beach so far, third year, or you could say 5 semesters at Long Beach. How's it been so far? Just for everything, It's our third year. That's kind of crazy.
Oh man, college is going by so fast. So all the high school people, all the high school listeners out there, if you think high school goes by fast, college goes by fast. It's just it's been like such like a zoom by. Like it's just happening so fast, but it's cool. I mean, I like it. It's definitely a different experience. You kind of come out here, you have a lot more, at least for me being out here in Long Beach, you get a lot more like, I would say like, like freedom, because you ain't at home no more for your mom to cook you meals or your dad to cook you meals or tell you to do your homework and all that. It's all on your own now. It's kind of a big like part of just, you kind of learn to be more responsible. But yeah, these almost 2.5 years now. Yeah, I mean I guess at the time of recording this, I don't know about you, but I have like a month left, 3 weeks left of this semester.
Yeah,
it's coming to a close fast, and it's crazy.
I feel like I feel like it goes by so fast too, college, because like I feel like we want it to end now. Like I really like in high school, I don't think I really wanted things to end. I was kind of just going with the flow. But right now, like I just want each semester to end, especially now with online. Like I really just want to be over as soon as possible, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel that. I honestly, me personally, I like this online school. It's easier for me.
I
I
know,
don't
but I
know
still want
why.
to go by fast though. It's kind of just annoying. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. It's different too, because now it's not like I gotta wake up and I gotta be on campus by this time. It's like I
Yeah.
can wake up and grab my laptop and open it, and boom, I'm in class.
Yeah, definitely easier, definitely easier. But then let's get back to running real quick, and I just want to talk about real quick, like your first track season at Long Beach. You had a good cross country season, like your freshman year, so 2 years ago, back in 2018. And you go into 2019, and I feel like this was like a pivotal point in your track career because it was like the first time like you were like ever like injured and you didn't finish a track season. So like I feel like that was definitely something like knowing you and like to see that happen to like Raymon, like what the heck, Raymond's not racing at Big West. Like that's like I didn't if I had to put money on that, I would have definitely put money on Tyler, not you. Just saying. No shots at Tyler. No shots at Tyler though, but it's
Injury
facts.
prone, injury prone.
It's facts. Shout out to Forehead. But just like what was the hardest part of like managing that struggle back then, your freshman year, when like you weren't able to finish the season for like your first time ever since like you're 5 years old?
Yeah, that was. I remember talking to my dad right when it all happened, and he was telling me how this is the first year I had never finished the season due to like injury. Honestly, ever. I'd always finished the season. So I started when I was 6 years old. So I was what at the time, 18.
Mm-hmm.
In 12 years, I had never not finished the season. I had always ran all the way through. I mean, I rarely ever got hurt. Even in high school, I got hurt maybe once or twice. Like I rarely ever got hurt. And so yeah, with that to happen, it was different because I remember just the time coming, and it was one thing after another because I had a whole groin issue, and that kept me out for about 3 weeks. And I came back, and it was like 2 weeks before conference. And coach was still like, it's fine. You're gonna run those 2 weeks, and you're gonna do whatever you can at conference. And I was like, I've been out for like almost a month. Like, you want me to train for 2 weeks and try to race? And then I start training for like a week, and then I have a knee problem happen, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, if it's not one thing after another. Yeah. It's hard, especially for me, never having to go through that before. It was hard, but the main thing is just to know, like, at least for me, what I thought was, it's my freshman year. Things are gonna happen. I still have more years to come, so I kind of just had to stay focused and just. Eventually, I had to kind of bite the bullet and realize, like, listen, track season's not gonna happen. Like, you just got to start looking forward to cross and just start doing what you can for cross. But yeah, it was hard. It was hard to hear like you're not traveling with us like to conference. Like I stayed home and just found out the results online, and I was like, man, it's hard. It's tough.
Welcome to my world, Raymond. Welcome to my world. You guys at NXN. It's definitely a different experience. I think it also just makes you, once you have that like drive to where like you start looking toward like cross country season more, it gives you a different appreciation for like running. It makes you want to come back like even harder and stronger, like for sure. And you had a good sophomore cross country campaign as well, and you finished better at regionals, and you went on to the next track season, and shoot, that's where it all fell apart.
It all just blew up.
Just take us back to back in March, bro, when you're going into track. You ran indoor too. Like you ran a couple indoor races as well. Take us back to just what was your mindset back then, and to where we're now still living in the effects of track season being canceled back then, bro.
My gosh, dude. So I mean, at least my time here so far, I haven't had like the biggest improvements that I've wanted to have. Like you said, in cross, I did pretty well. So that was kind of like the first step.
Mm-hmm.
And even indoor track, I didn't run that great. I mean, I forgot my 3K time was, but the equivalent to a 2 mile was like 9:12. And I'm like, well, I ran 9:08 in high school. Like, I can do better than this. And I think what helped was you were there, I think, the day before me, but we had our first open meet, like outdoor meet at Long Beach. And although I didn't PR in the 15, I ran like 3:58, but I went out at like 70 the first lap. So to be on like that slow of a pace and then to still go and run like 3:58, I was like, okay, like maybe like things are like coming together now. And I remember just we're at the apartment. All the boys were just like hanging out, and all we hear is, boom, indoor season's canceled or indoor nationals is canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, boom, 15 minutes meeting. In 15 minutes, we have a meeting in the pyramid on campus. We need you here. We're like, we have to be on campus in 15 minutes. I mean, we live close. We're like 5 minutes away, but we're like, this is like urgent. Like they said, like random alert, wasn't even like pre-planned, just 15 minutes meeting on campus. We got to be there. And we're just like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? And we got there and they told you, like COVID pretty much is popping off. It's going crazy.
Going crazy,
and just
bro.
It's going crazy. And just indoor nationals got canceled. Outdoor season is now canceled. And everything just shut down. And it was just like, what is happening? And obviously you're a part of it also. So you understand it just like the unknowingness. You're like, man, like when is it going to happen? Like when is this next season going to happen? And we're like, man, this should pass by. Like we'll have our cross season. Here we are. I think the memory came up that regionals would have been like 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like cross season fully passed by, and I'm just like, we still have no idea, and it's insane. The fact of like how much has happened is just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that big thing of just like uncertainty, just for everyone. Just I feel like the more I thought that at this time it was gonna be all like, okay, now we're gonna getting ready for track more and more. But I feel like especially as California schools, we still feel like a lot of uncertainty if there will be even a track season. And now with cases going back up and everything, it's all like, geez, bro, I really do not know. Just hoping. I just want to get on the track again. Let me get spiked up. That's all I want, bro.
And like right now they're saying that California is probably gonna go on lockdown again, and it's just like,
yeah, bro.
And when is it all gonna end?
Yeah, then I also wanted you to talk about just like you kind of had some crazy COVID experiences too, bro. Just like, and how's it been managing your training during this past summer and now going into maneuvering through all the COVID hurdles and things, bro? How's it been?
This summer it's been tough. I mean, even outside of COVID, you've seen if it's not one thing keeping me from running, it's another thing keeping me from running.
Yeah.
But like COVID specifically, I mean, it's just the big thing is like training on our own. It's hard to kind of get out there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go run, 8 to 10 miles, and I'm gonna just go run on my own. Like yesterday, I ran 14 miles on my own, and I'm just like, man, like
struggle.
It's so boring to be by yourself. Like when you're in like that team mentality, it's like, okay, cool, I got like a group around me, but by yourself, it's so hard. And I think the main thing to like keep me motivated is just like, I know eventually a season's gonna happen, and if I slack off too long, then I'm wasting all this time to where I can get in like my best shape of my life, and I'm gonna like pretty much waste this time. And then by the time the season does come around, then I'm starting from square one again, and here we go. I just kind of wasted all the opportunity. But yeah, this summer has been, it's been wild. Yeah, I guess, I could say it. I got scared like 3 weeks ago. Woke up, had a sore throat, had a headache, was like runny nose, and I was like, screwed. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I got asthma, so I'm like, oh my god, I can't have this. Like, no way. And luckily, I got tested like the next day. All came back negative. But man, just like the fact of like having a cold, like I just had a normal cold, but having the cold and having to think like, man, this might be COVID. It's like, it's scary. Like I remember I was on the phone with my mom. I was buying cold medicine, which it already come back negative at this point, and I was just out like buying medicine. And I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like, hey, like what like cold medicine like do we normally get? Because she normally has like a certain one. And I'm on the phone with her, and I just see people staring at me because like they hear like the like the sniff or whatever, and they're just like staring at me, and it's like, man, like the world is crazy now. Like everyone got trust issues. No one trusts nobody.
And the fact is, like, I feel like I don't know when this is going to be over, too. It's like, it literally, like, it's a new normal. It's definitely, like, a new normal for sure.
Me, personally, I've kind of got used to it. Like,
yeah, same.
I look back at, like, videos of, like, big groups, like, no one wearing a mask. I'm like, that looks weird. That looks weird. We should be having a mask on there.
It does look really weird, to be honest. But then let's move away from the COVID talk, bro. The COVID somber talk. I want to talk about a little bit of Roosey Project, bro, because it's been 3 years since the start of Roosey Project 2017. I think we uploaded the first video like November 11th or something, or that's when we created the
It's
YouTube
CIF
channel.
prelims.
Yes, yeah, prelims. Like it's been 3
Junior
years
year.
since the start of this whole thing, and how I'm still doing like running report and everything like that. I just have like a few quick questions I want to run through real quick. Just like, first off, did you expect to see like as much of support that we get like at the beginning of Roosey Project? Like, did you expect like us to have like almost 500K on the elimination mile, and like all the we went to meets and people are like Roosey Project? Like, bro, like, did you expect all that?
No, not at all. It was crazy when like we started like, actually like growing like a fan base, because we were like, when we started, we were kind of just messing around. Like we always said like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we just never did anything. And then you just showed up, say I have prelims, and you're filming, and we're like, oh, like, we actually doing this. Like, okay, we actually doing this. And I thought like, okay, maybe people on the team are gonna watch it, and that's it, like, whatever. And then as the time goes by, we're like, man, like, we actually got something here. And yeah, when it popped off, I was shocked. I was not expecting it whatsoever, and I was like, wow, like, this actually like became something. Like, this is crazy. And I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, that was like some of the best times of my life. That was just like, yeah, going to races and people giving us like mystery boxes or like gifts or whatever, and it's just like high school is giving us their high school gear, and it's just like, wow, like, this is crazy. Like, people really follow us, and like people like teams coming up to us like, oh, like, we're gonna start a channel because like you inspired us to start one. And we're just like, wild. Man, like, it's wild. And I mean, it's cool to have. I'm glad that we got that experience. But yeah, I didn't expect nothing. Especially when, like you said, when the elimination mile, when it blew up, I was just like, what is going on? Like, why does our video have almost 500K views? Like, what is going on? And even the second one we did, even we thought, like, we filmed it and we're like, yeah, this ain't it. Like,
yeah, it's
not the same. No one was there. Like, it's probably not going to do that well. And it still got like 200K views or something like that. And it was just like, dang, like, we got the following. Like, people like to see this. And yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. I would have never expected this.
Yeah, people were really messing with it. They're really messing with it. And with that said, we've been doing this for 3 years. What's been your favorite video that we ever made, bro?
Favorite video? I had to say probably either the first elimination mile one. That one was really fun. Or maybe the watching Matthew just pick up girls. I wasn't there for the first one, but I was there for the second one, and that was pretty fun. It was pretty funny.
One of the most frustrating days of my life.
I was on the sidelines for that, but it was fun to watch.
One of the most frustrating days of my life, for sure. That was funny. If you haven't seen that video, you have to go check that out. You have to check that out. And I gotta ask this question because maybe the people are wondering. Maybe the Roosey Project fans are wondering, bro. Why'd you stop? I don't want to put you on the spot or nothing, but why'd you stop? And are we gonna see a comeback?
The main reason we stopped, I think, for us personally, like the ones out here in Long Beach, so me, Tyler, and Moises, it wasn't the same, like, trying to film without the whole group. We just felt like we didn't have, like, I'd say the same drive, same motivation. Like, the videos weren't as fun to make because we didn't have the same energy. Obviously, there's 3 of us, but it's not the same as when we're all together.
6, yeah.
So we're just like, it's just not as fun. It wasn't as fun, and I think even the videos that like we tried to film just weren't coming out great either. And we're just like, we don't even know what to film. Like, it was a lot of like, can we even film our workouts? Because we're in college now. I don't know how like this works. I miss it though. I really do. Like, it was so fun like filming. Will we see a comeback? I don't know. I would never want to say no, because am I willing to? Of course. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would, if we could all get together again and just start filming, like have the 6 of us, I would do it. No questions asked. But just us out here, I don't know. That's a lot more difficult because we kind of just go through the same dilemma that we went through the first time. But I miss it. It was so fun, like filming. Yeah,
definitely some great times. Great high school. Great way like to spend your senior year. I would say start a YouTube channel with your friends. A great way to spend your senior year, definitely. And then with that, bro, we're gonna close out with a few closeout questions. just some fun questions to have people just learn about Raymond a little bit more and kind of just to have some fun. But first off, I just want to ask, Raymond's a big movie guy, TV guy. I'm kind of curious about just too, if you could watch 3 movies for the rest of your life, like you have to have these movies on repeat. These are only 3 movies you can watch. What movies would they be, bro?
What movies would they be? Ooh, this is hard. There's so many like good like movies out there.
There are.
Because I feel like you gotta look at the different genres. You know, you need variety.
Yeah, you gotta diversify for sure.
Yeah.
Rest of your life, eternity. Well, not eternity,
exactly.
Rest of your life though.
3 movies. I'm gonna say probably any like for one movie, probably any of like the like Purge movies. That's like my favorite like movie series. So I guess that's another answer for you guys. That's my favorite movie series. So any of those movies, that could be like one. Just choose a random one. 2, we need something lighthearted. Let's go for like a Disney movie. I'll go like maybe like Chicken Little. I like that movie.
That's a good movie.
Chicken Little's a good movie.
It's my day. That's a good movie.
Yeah, Chicken Little. And for a 3rd movie, what's a good movie? Ted's pretty funny. I like Ted. That was a good movie.
Solid. That's diversity right there. That's diversity.
Yeah.
And you get that adult humor too. Yeah. With Ted for sure. And then also, Raymond always be finding the gems on Netflix and Hulu too. So right now, do you have any recommendations for the people of something that they should watch on Netflix or Hulu?
I've been watching a lot of like, as weird as it sounds, I've been watching a lot of like horror stuff right now because I used to hate scary movies and I've kind of got into it a little bit. Good one on Netflix is As Above, So Below. That one's a really good one. But a lot of like shows that I watch, a lot of like humor shows. So on Hulu, it's a lot of Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty. What is the other one that just came out from the Rick and Morty creators? It's like Solar Opposites or something like that.
Yeah, Solar Opposites.
Yeah.
Mr. Pickles.
Yeah. Oh, dude. All you guys gotta do is watch like the first episode. Never watch that show again.
Don't watch that. I said that.
I wouldn't even recommend anyone watch it. Just don't waste your time. Save your eyes. Save your brain. Whatever it is.
Save yourself, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I have taken a lot of time off from watching shows, but that's what I can think of on the top of my head.
But with that, Raymond, thanks for coming on, bro. Roosey Project Podcast. How'd you bring you on for a second episode? We're gonna come back. You're gonna be back on soon though, because we're gonna do the Roosey Project. We're gonna get these guys on Zoom, all 6 of us.
For sure.
No matter how much they don't like it.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work,
bro. But really do appreciate you coming on, bro. Good luck with everything that you got going on Long Beach. Stay safe, bro. And yeah, we appreciate you. Got anything else you want to say to the people before we get out?
Just keep supporting running report. Yeah, right. Yeah. Want to make sure I said it right. It's in my head with the new name change now. But the running report too. Just keep supporting my boy Josh. I don't got anything for me to promote. I ain't got nothing going on. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Can't wait to be back, especially with all the guys. Yeah, like you said, the comeback's possible. Maybe not.
Be on the lookout. You never know. We
might just have a reunion video here and there. You never know.
For real. They didn't see the Roosey Project Vlogumentary coming, so they never know.
They didn't.
Every Thursday, next 12 weeks, Roosey Project Vlogumentary. Be there or be square.
Tune in, watch it. But yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for coming on.
And so every time something get hard, you quit, you call mama. I dare you to take a little pain.
We're not just here to take part. We're here to take over.
Tell him.